Next, our topic is exponential series. For the real value of x, the sum of the series 1 plus x by 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus etc. plus x power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial plus up to etc. The next step is x power n by n factorial plus up to etc. is going on, is e power x, where e is equals to 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 factorial plus up to etc. It's going on. Then some standard exponential expansions. I will give some formulas. Some standard exponential expansions. Then first of all, e power x is equals to 1 plus x by 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus etc. plus x power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial plus x power n by n factorial plus etc. is going on. This is an expansion of e power x. E power minus x is equals to 1 minus x by 1 factorial, then plus x square by 2 factorial plus minus x cube by 3 factorial plus etc. plus x power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial plus, see here plus minus the signs alternately changed. So the next term is, in nth term is minus 1 whole to the power n x power n by factorial n plus etc. is going on. Then e is equals to 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 factorial plus etc. Then e power minus 1 is equals to 1 minus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus etc. is going on. These are the standard exponential expansions. Then I will go to the problem. The problem number 1. Find the sum of the series. Find the sum of the series. Series 1 plus 3x by 1 factorial plus 1 plus 3x the whole square by 2 factorial plus etc. It's going on. See, solution. We know that the formula for only positive term, e power x term. What is e power x? 1 plus x by 1 factorial. E power x is equals to 1 plus x by 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus etc. It's going on. See, here 1 is missing. So e power x minus 1 is equals to x by 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus etc. Comparing to this formula, so given is, what is given? Given is equal to 1 plus 3x by 1 factorial plus 1 plus 3x the whole square by 2 factorial plus etc. Okay, comparing to this, here x is equals to 1 plus 3x, 1 plus 3x. So, replacing this series by e power x minus 1, e power x minus 1. Therefore, e power x, x means 1 plus 3x, then e power x minus 1 is equals to e power x 1 plus 3x is splitting to e power 1 into e power 3x minus 1. That's all. Then next problem, find the value of 1 plus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 factorial plus etc. into 1 minus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 factorial minus etc. Okay, now we can solve. Solution, this is the given 1 plus 1 plus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 factorial up to etc. Then 1 minus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 factorial minus etc. See, we know that here, see, 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial, 1 plus 3 factorial. The extra one is available. So, here 1 is left hand side going means e minus 1 is equals to e minus 1 is equals to 1 by 1 factorial is 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial, 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 factorial plus etc. Comparing to this e, we get the answer for e minus 1 is equals to 1 plus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 factorial plus up to etc. is going on. Then similarly e power minus 1 is 1 minus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial. See, e power minus 1 is again e power minus 1 is, see, plus 1 minus 1 get cancelled. So, see, 1 minus 1 by 1 factorial, 1 by 1 factorial is 1 get cancelled. So, e power minus 1 is 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial then plus etc. is going on. So, comparing to this equation, e power minus 1 is 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial up to etc. We have extra 1 is available. Minus 1 is available means we will subtracting, but here extra 1 is available. So, I am subtracting 1 minus e power 1 minus e power minus 1. So, here also included 1 minus the given full equation 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus etc. Then 1 minus e power minus 1 is 1 minus 1 by 2 factorial minus into minus plus 1 by 3 factorial minus etc. is going on. So, using this expansion we will substitute in equation in question. Okay, the given, what are the given 1 plus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 factorial plus etc. into 1 minus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 factorial plus etc. Sorry, minus etc. Then we can substitute 1 plus 1 by 2 factorial, 1 plus 3 factorial up to etc. is e power e minus 1. Then 1 minus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 factorial minus up to etc. We will substitute the value for 1 minus e power minus 1. Then e minus 1 minus e power inverse. E inverse means 1 minus 1 by e. Just cross multiply e minus 1 into e minus 1 by e. E minus 1. The final answer is e minus 1 the whole square. E minus 1 into e minus 1 the whole square by e. That's all.